Hey everyone, and welcome back to my next video. As you probably know, RockitWorld is going to be wiping its world this weekend, so after getting tons of recommendations, I decided it's time to showcase some RockitWorld builds. If you are interested in checking out the server, feel free to join the Discord and send an application in to get whitelisted. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, make sure to subscribe because I make a ton of Minecraft content and you're not going to want to miss these next videos. But before I hold back anymore, let's jump into the video. The first build that we're going to go over is the Imperial Airship by Emperor Bellows, and this is a fantastic design that I can't wait to go through, so let's just jump right into it. So this is an airship, it reminds me of like almost the, what is it? The Mario Galaxy ships that they used to fly around, but it also reminds me of the helicarriers from, of course, Marvel movies. And you can see that we have these crazy blades that are going on the side that are actually powering the ship, believe it or not. I've actually shut them off just for video purposes, for higher frames. But if we dive deep into this ship, you can see all of our machines that we have up and running here. Everything from an actual area to build blaze cakes to, of course, our enchanting area. We have mixers. We have, it looks like a washing station going on right here. Just so much, even crushing wheels that are up and running. And this is all actually being ran from our little helicopter blades that we have going on outside. Another really cool touch is if we look at the side of our ship, we actually have an anchor that goes down into the water that's actually anchoring our ship. And I love it because it's actually hooked up to be powered. So you could technically go ahead and raise our anchor right there, which is just so awesome. And coming up to the very top of the ship, if we go to the very back end of the ship, we can see in here we have a nice little area where we're displaying all of these fancy items that he has up and running. Everything from our extendo grips to all of the different suits of armor to our elytra. We have a totem of undying. We have a bunch of rainbow tools and stuff. Look at this showcase. This is such the biggest flex in the world for the server. And I do have to give a nice little shout out. There's a little doormat that says you are loved. I gotta say, bonus points for putting that there. And I figured it's good enough for me to go ahead and state this. He did actually build this entire ship in about 2 to 3 weeks, which is amazing because this is a ton of work. A ton of farming had to be done, and there is so much just cool functionality of this build. Now, our next base to go over is the Stronghold by Real Miscolored and Kyle Max. And it might not look like much going on at the very top, and that's because they've converted an entire stronghold into their own base. But I did have to showcase their massive beacon that they have happening. Of course, our cow farm and a bunch of different tree farms and such going on. But if we dive deep into this stronghold, you're going to just see how massive this place is. So coming out from the entrance, we already have one area set up right here, which is a shulker emptier. And then if we go down to the side, we're going to see all of these different designs, everything from enchanting areas with villagers to just tons and tons of player heads and other odds and ends. We, of course, have storage drawers going on. We have a cat that's actually sitting named Bob. Wouldn't have expected that. And then if we come down here, we have a computer area, which is just fantastic with wither skeleton skulls and everything. Gotta have the triple monitors, of course. And if we come down here, we have the actual end portal going on here, all decked out and designed to look really nice. And then coming down to the side, we have a gigantic storage room going on here with tons of different items. And down to the side, we even have a rabbit farm or a bunny farm going on right here. The best part is during this entire time of me flying through this area, I keep finding more and more storage areas, like another massive one that's just dedicated to food and like pots and pans and things. Which, by the way, I love how this is all underground, but they're still offering chicken nuggets. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Our next place to go over is the Gloomy Pearl, and it's by 3 different people that I'm going to butcher all of their names, but I think the first guy is named Mentis, Gemity, I think I butchered that, Fear Diamond, and Demon Big J 781. And to start off, this is the shop area of the base. You can actually warp to this with just tons of different items of all different just craziness. And then below the actual shop is a conduit that we have up and running right here. And then below all of this, hidden below it all, is a massive storage area. And I'm talking massive. Look at the amount of items that are stored inside of this room. And then I love how on top of all of this, we have a cake and a mailbox. It's just so extra, and I love it. Oh, and of course, if I didn't point it out or you didn't notice, the entire shop is built underwater. Like, it's covered in a glass dome, which by the way would have been really easy with World Edit, but they did this all in survival mode. That's insanity. And this brings me to our next base, which this is Vibeville by Benjamin Dodger. I think I butchered that one as well, but good enough. And there's a bunch of different parts of this base, so let's just go through a couple. So the first one is this massive clock tower that we have going here, which is part storage area, part mechanical crafters, part it looks like an ore processing system maybe. And then at the very top, we have basically these statues of snowmen, I think. I could be wrong on that part. And then also, I think the coolest part is that we have birds that are sitting in like hanging cages with, of course, a rainbow mechanical arm that's constantly spinning around in a circle. I don't even know how to even accomplish that, and yet they were able to accomplish that inside of the server. All right, now I shut my shader off for this next thing so I could actually show you it all without lagging, but there is a lot of different village parts that I want to go over. So to start off, we have a nice little blacksmith up and running, and I appreciate how everything actually has functionality. It's not just for show. And then if we go over here, we have a nice little like free fish area. And then we actually have some actual shops up and running that you could buy from, which is just so cool. A bunch of music discs and stuff. We have a mob spawner inside of an igloo inside of here. And then if we go down across a bridge that goes across a ravine, I love how he didn't fill it in. He built a little bridge, which is just so cool. We go into, it looks like a library, which is just so cool with a bunch of different villagers and stuff like that. And then my favorite part of this entire thing is that we have a graveyard up and running here, which, by the way, every single one of these signs has like dad jokes, except it looks like here Casper was the first victim. But if we go over here, we got the here lies everybody, here lies somebody, here lies nobody. We have here lies stupid, I'm with stupid. We have the I'm just here for the drama. Just so much. I love this all. Here lies Jeremy, here lies Jessica, here lies Jeremiah. Oh my. And then if we go down inside of this graveyard, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, we go to a skull. And this skull is actually a mob spawner that's all hooked up with create machines, which is just so cool. And you can even see that there are items that are being collected that are actually maxed out at the moment. But we can see right there, I love the detail of this mob spawner, that it's not just like an eyesore in the middle of nowhere. It's built into an awesome graveyard. This is fantastic. And now we're at our next one. Something that I wished I could have did this in Mechanic Crafters, but I suck at building, so I wasn't able to pull this off. This is severe acrophobia, not arachnophobia, which is what I thought at first, and I was a little scared because I don't like spiders, but it's severe acrophobia, and this is by Hog King Rider. Let's just take a moment to take this all in. This isn't even with a shader, and look at how beautiful this entire place is. So we might as well start with a really high point inside of this area. We have a nice little watchtower going here with a bed. We got a little bit of a storage area. If we fly down in, it's actually a little bit of a mob spawner that we got going on here, which is awesome. A nice way to go ahead and hide one just in a big kind of like watchtower. And then we're going to go through a lot of these buildings very quickly, but we can see here, it looks like we have almost like a sawmill going on. If we go over into this area, it's a blacksmith, very similar design to the one that I used for, I used for Mechanic Crafters, really cool. With, of course, actual functionality, which is always a great perk to that. And then if we go to this area, this is another basically like villager trader style area, and I like how he has a zombie villager trapped in there, just in case he wants to go ahead and turn any of them. And that brings us over to a shop area that we have going on over here, which is an actual shop, something you could warp to, tons of different items that are being sold. And then even over into this area, we have another build, which again looks like maybe a sawmill slash maybe a train rail, maybe even like a cart style building thing to build drills or something along those lines. By the way, I have to point out, I love all these little details of like little logs and stuff, crafting tables, barrels, all these little things that just add to just how awesome it looks. Then we have another nice little like small little building. We of course have our villager trader we went in before, but we have this nice little lake that goes through, which actually incorporated water wheels that actually look perfect with this. Just so cool. And of course with a little bridge that we have going, the little crops growing along the sides. And then if we head over into this area, we have a nice little watchtower. We have a zombie that's dying. More buildings, more buildings, more buildings. And then that brings us up to the higher part of this town or city or however you want to call it. And this is, it looks like a cobblestone generator that we have up and running, as well as we have a bunch of crushing wheels. We have a bunch of other odds and ends of storing items and all different things that are all automated inside of this building. And again, I love on how much these buildings actually have uses and you're actually using create mod with it. It's just so cool. Another little like bridge that we have going over here with a bunch of different crops growing on the side that leads over to the other part of the town with an actual well that's connected to a rope pulley, a really sweet design. And then we have tons of more buildings. And if we head up here to almost like a castle that we have going on, which I might as well fly around so you can see the full thing. We can see our entrance into the castle right here. And if we walk on in, we got a nice staircase, some diamond armor, some iron armor. Come out here, we can see we have a nice little alcove, an area to kind of snipe down on any type of enemies. And overall, just a fantastic castle. And this entire town is a fantastic build. I know I flew through this entire area, but this is what I dreamed of doing in an SMP, and thank you so much for doing this. This is fantastic. I wish I knew about this build earlier on, because I didn't really know that this existed, and this is just amazing. This is awesome. And now, guys, this build is insane. So this is a rough remake of the real castle that I'm going to probably butcher the name, but it's Castle Empirej. I'm going to put an image on the screen right now of the real version, and then we're going to fly through the version that's built inside of the server. And this is by Impact, Angel, Lemmy, and a few other people, but I want to go ahead and fly through it really quick. So let's just see this. So we got these nice like garden areas with fountains and everything. Just really cool, really awesome. Then, of course, we have the massive castle that's going on here, which we'll fly through in a second. But I want to point out, look at all of these little areas that you can just fly around in, including a bunch of armor sets that we have going on right here. I like the little dedications and everything. All of these different animals and everything, including the birds. And then if we fly down all around and look at this castle, man, just look at this. Let's just fly right inside. So we have a nice little entrance that comes into this corridor where we have this really cool patterned floor. I think it's out of brass casings and maybe something else. Another like cooking area right over here. We can fly down a little bit more to all of these little exits to the building and stuff like that. And of course, every one of these rooms hasn't been filled yet, but you can see just how much detail was put inside of this build. It's just insane. Look at the amount of space, but then also look at just how awesome this building looks. And then I figured it was worth pointing out, as you can see as I back up, we go to a little dock area that then can go underground into this little area, which is like a nice little cove. It'd been really cool if there's some fish in here, but I guess not for now. But a nice little like hiding area underneath. It's just, look at, this is just fantastic. I wish I could build this good. This is just amazing. And I figured it was worth pointing out, there's also a little like village area off to the side where you can see there's literally a world map. And then around here, there's shutters. There's a little like bed area right in here. We have a nice little like farmhouse type area right here. It's Impact's home sweet home. And then even over to the side, we got a nice little trampoline in the background. We have Lemmy and Angel's place right here. Another really cool place. I like the pink and the white. And just overall, this is amazing. And of course, I have to end it with the little heart in the side of the wall. It's so awesome. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe. I want to say thank you guys so much for this opportunity. I ran a Minecraft server when I was about 12 years old, many years ago. And I was lucky to ever have a single person on the server. And I was able to build a community like this that I hope will continue along in the future. We've had many great moments, many great memories all in Season 1. And Season 2 is now upon us with a bunch of different changes that I think are going to make the world and the community at a whole different level. So I hope you guys will join me along for this next adventure. But other than that, thank you so much for watching the video. And I will see you guys all in the next one.